Hello students, today we are going to discuss on the lecture number 6 the topical role of temperature in crop production and soil temperature, its importance and also factors which are causing soil temperature and seasonal variation, diurnal variation and soil temperature we will see. In the last class we have seen all about the role of air temperature, how the air temperature moves from one place to the other place, and seasonal variation, daily variation, that's called diurnal variation. These all we have seen, but we haven't seen how the air temperature will play a major role on crop production. So let us see now the role of temperature, air temperature in crop production. So let us see, the first one is distribution of crop plants and vegetation. That means based on the temperature only we can opt for the particular crop in that particular locality. We cannot choose the crop, whatever the crop, that based on the soil and water we have to choose, but apart from that the major thing is based on the temperature we have to choose the particular crop. That's why they have divided the seasons based on temperature, also called tropical, subtropical, temperate and also humid. So based on the temperature they have divided. So the crops which comes well in tropical, they will go for that particular crops into that particular locality. Tropical means high temperature, subtropical means compared to tropical temperature, subtropical will have less temperature, followed by humid, followed by temperate. Temperate means cool climate. So based on the temperature crop plants will be there and vegetation also. Vegetation means you all know that nothing but the green foliage, maybe the forestry or crops, whatever it may be, based on the temperature they will come. Even in forestry also all the trees will not be in the same forest. Based on the temperature only in that particular location those kind of trees will come in that particular forest. If we go to temperate regions like Northeast India or even some Himalaya, there we can see some pine forest and all, but those forests we cannot see in tropical climate. Then the next one is air temperature. Already just now I said air temperature is required for all stages of crop. That means from the time of germination to till the time of harvest, crop requires specific temperature to complete their particular growth stage. For example, let us see, for the time of germination they need warm climate. After germination the seedling they need some high climate, and as its stages are passing by, temperature will be varied. And also here one important point that we have to remember is, in all the stages of the crop never ask or require for only one particular temperature. Based on the stage temperature will be varied. So accordingly air temperature acts on all stages of crop. Next, leaf production, expansion and flowering in the crop. So how air temperature will help the leaf production, expansion and flowering? See, when air temperature increases, that means in the atmosphere heat is produced. So when heat produces, ultimately the water content which is present in the leaf will be transpired out, that means will come out, that we call transpiration. So when transpiration comes out, ultimately along with the water, nutrition and all will be taking place inside the plant, that we call metabolic activities, maybe the photosynthesis and other activities. Ultimately it will help the leaf to give new leaf and expansion of leaf by multiplying of the leaves. And also during the flowering, when even for flowering also they need particular temperature to give the flowers, otherwise they won't give the flower. That's the reason why seasonal crops will be there. When we look at the vegetables comes well in rainy season, but they don't come well in summer season. The reason is they need particular temperature to trigger the flowering, and also they will come out. So likewise we are having particular temperature for everything. Next, diffusion rate of gases and liquid with temperature. That means even in the plant itself, when the gases means nothing but, if, for example, let us take water will turn in the form of gas and it will come in the form of vapor and it will come out from the plant, that we call transpiration. I mean liquids also. So within the plant some liquids they have to dissolve in the water, that means the plant juice. There they need some temperature to get melt into the plant juice, the liquid, that also requires some amount of temperature. Then biochemical reaction on crop. Biochemical reaction means nothing but the photosynthesis, respiration and all. So for that also, to do these all, they require certain amount of temperature, and also enzymatic system of plant. Enzymatic system of plants here, how we can say enzymatic system requires or depends on the particular air temperature means, see, whenever we look at the plant, they require all the time, most of the time during the especially daytime, transpiration will be happening. When transpiration happens, it will suck the water from the soil and it will take onto the plant, and followed by, for whatever the uses plant is having for all the metabolic activities, it will use, and the remaining water will be transpired. Around 99% of the water will be lost through transpiration. So in between enzymes, how enzymes will transfer from one place to the another place, how they transfer from one place to another place means due by this transpiration only. When transpiration pull occurs, then water movement will be happening in the plant. We all know that ascent of sap, even apoplast, symplast, these all we might have studied in physiology. So based on which these all will happen due to temperature. So based on which enzymatic system also in the plant will move from one place to the other place. Then high temperature and high humidity will cause more incidence of pests and diseases. When we have high temperature and the humidity means nothing but the water vapor which is present in the air. So when relative humidity is very high and temperature also very high, that will be very favorable condition for the incidence of pest and disease. So we have to see that particular locality where temperature and relative humidity, if that particular locality is having very high, then accordingly we have to choose the crop to escape from pest and diseases. So mostly in coastal areas we can see more relative humidity. Then next one is more night temperature and more respiration metabolism. When night temperature, normally night temperature will be less, but when night temperature increases more and more every night, what will happen? We all know that photosynthesis will happen during daytime and respiration will happen not only night time but daytime and night time. So in the night time only respiration will happen, there won't be any photosynthesis during the night time. What is the meaning of respiration? Respiration means taking in carbon dioxide or releasing oxygen, or taking in oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide. Respiration means taking in oxygen and releasing of carbon dioxide. During the photosynthesis, they will take carbon dioxide and release the oxygen. So during the night time, when temperature rises, automatically respiration also will rise, and metabolic activities also will trigger because of the high temperature. Then the next one is SD can become MD or LD, that means short duration crops due to some particular air temperature. Plant may turn back to medium duration or long duration. The reason is when we don't provide favorable temperature to the crop, so instead of plant may be looking for the long day and high sunlight, but we are not providing enough sunlight, what will happen? The plant will be depending, or whatever the food it is expecting from the sun, that means to prepare the food to the plant growth and development, but sun is not getting enough time, it is not getting enough solar power. So what will happen? Instead of preparing the food, actually how much it has to prepare in within a day, it cannot prepare, so it will take another day to prepare its own food. So instead of preparing the food within a day, it will take 2 days because of the less duration of sunshine hours. So that is the reason short duration crops can become medium duration or long duration. So temperature, air temperature plays major role here. Why I am relating to sun means air temperature is nothing but because when sunlight is very high, automatically air temperature increases. That is the biggest factor for the air temperature. Then the next one is most of the crops have upper and lower limit of temperature, as every crop will have maximum temperature, minimum temperature and also optimum temperature. That's what I discussed in GDD, growing degree days. So there every crop will have the maximum temperature and minimum temperature, but here we are having higher crops and crops also. If you see higher plants means the trees, especially trees can come at any temperature from 0 degrees to up to 60 degrees they can sustain. But when we look at the crop plants will be coming in between 10 degrees to 40 degrees centigrade. So based on which crops will be planted in that particular location. If for example for more than 40 degrees we are having in that particular locality, then we better avoid crop plants and go for higher plants. Higher plants mean nothing but the forest trees and the plants which can come in high temperature. So when we have high temperature, these plants can be done, but hope you all know the meaning of dry matter. So dry matter means after we harvest the crop, the leftover plant material will be there. That from the plant material, after we cut that, maybe like for example, let's take rice. After we harvest the rice, maybe by the help of sickle or by machinery. After we harvest the rice plant, after we do the threshing from the rice plant. That means the separation of grain from the paddy straw. So after separation of grain from paddy straw, that leftover paddy straw, from which we have to remove completely the moisture present in the paddy straw. Zero moisture we have to bring down. So what will be the leftover? Only the paddy straw which is completely dried. That we call dry matter. So maximum dry matter can be obtained by having 20 to 30 degrees centigrade temperature. So when we maintain air temperature 20 to 30 degrees centigrade range, there we can get maximum dry matter production from the crop. Otherwise what will happen? It may absorb the high amount of water and it may give the yield, but after we harvest the crop and if we weigh the crop stubble or the paddy straw, whatever it may be, hum or stem, whatever it may be, after we weigh that particular crop, after removing the entire amount of water, the weight will be very less if we raise the crop more than this temperature or less than this temperature. But if we go for this particular temperature, it will help the farmer to get more dry matter production. Then when he get more dry matter, then he can feed to the cattle. In another way, farmer will be benefited. Then next one is thermoperiodic response. Thermoperiodic response. Thermo means nothing but temperature, periodic means time, and response means how they are reacting. So any living organism, how that particular living organism is responding to the particular temperature, maybe the temperature due to maybe the day temperature or night temperature or seasonal temperature, whatever it may be the temperature, in any living organism, the changes that we see because of the temperature, that we call thermoperiodic response. In that particular time, because of the temperature in any living organism, the changes that we see is called thermoperiodic response. Because of the temperature in that particular time, the response we can see how they are responding to that particular temperature. That is called thermoperiodic response. I am repeating, in any living organism, the response to the temperature, to day temperature or night temperature or seasonal temperature, because of which the changes which are happening in that particular living organism is called thermoperiodic response. Then the next one is soil temperature. So soil temperature, this is the actual official lecture, soil temperature. So far we have seen air temperature. Now let us come to soil temperature. Why soil temperature is very, very important? When we look at the air temperature is, by looking at itself we can know that air temperature plays major role, because air temperature provides particular temperature to the crop and also it plays major role in transpiration. But when we look at the soil temperature, how soil temperature is very, very important to the crop production. So in soil what all will be there? In soil air gap will be there, that we call pore space for the soil aeration. And also in soil structure, texture, in the soil, the main thing is organic matter, then microbes will be there, earthworms will be there. And not only that, when we go for cultivation of that particular soil, what we plant into that? We plant the seed, the seeding material we plant into the soil. So soil is the one which is giving the base to the plant. That means roots are anchoring into the soil. So that's why soil plays major role. When soil temperature is very high, what will happen? How they impact to the crop. So in the last class we have seen heat injury, cold injury. In cold injury especially, all is about the soil only, maybe suffocation or chilling injury, freezing injury or heaving, whatever it may be, because of soil temperature. So let us see in soil what all I said: microbes, then soil water, soil air, earthworms and soil organic matter. So these all will be there in the soil. So uptake of water, nutrients will be from the soil. So plant can uptake the nutrients from the soil, plant can uptake the water from the soil. These all are major resources which actually plant look for. So when it uptakes water and nutrients, these are the two components which play major role in plant photosynthetic activity. So indirectly Uptake of water and nutrients are connected to photosynthetic activities. Then next one is soil microbes. In the soil, the microbial population is very high. In soil, when we compare the one microbe to the other microbe by population, in soil bacteria population is too high, followed by fungus, followed by actinomycetes. Likewise, we'll be having virus and all. So in soil microbes, the optimum temperature to multiply the soil microbes is 18 degrees to 30 degrees centigrade. 80 degrees centigrade to 30 degrees centigrade is the optimum temperature for multiplying of soil microbes. Then next one is seed germination. When soil gives the support, base support to the seed, and when it provides the warmness to the seed and anchorage to the seed, then only seed can germinate from the soil to the atmosphere. Then root development. Root development is the very important one. Without base or without anchorage of the plant to the soil, plant cannot stand. That's why soil is providing anchorage to the plant, and also in the soil itself, as days pass by, roots can easily spread into the soil and it can absorb the water from different layers and from different areas where root spreaded. So root development also one of the major factor in the soil temperature. Then another one is OM. OM means organic manure of soil. Here if you see organic manure of soil, how much content actually organic manure is there in the soil. Maybe for example take 5% organic manure is there. That organic manure helps the soil to hold the water and it can keep for some days to provide to the plant. Then soil structure and weathering. You all know the difference between the texture and structure, the relative proportion of clay, sand and silt. Then when we look at the weathering, in weathering, what is the meaning of weathering? First of all, weathering is nothing but the melting of rocks due to different factors, maybe due to water, or maybe due to temperature, or maybe due to wind velocity, or any other factors. So when we have high temperature in the soil, this temperature will cause weathering of any rock which is present in the soil, even the own soil particles which are there in the soil particles can get affected when we maintain very high temperature. So these all are provided to the plant, but when we have different temperatures, how that particular temperature will affect the crop. Let us see the factors of soil temperature that I will tell. So every component is very important for the crop. This is all about the importance of soil temperature.